Well, welcome to another Miracle Monday where Mom and I have conversations that we have all the time, but we choose on Mondays to share them with all of you in the hopes that it inspires you in some way. And we started our conversation, and then I rudely interrupted and said, "Wait, let's talk about this today." And then, right as I was hitting record, we threw like three other little mini conversations to catch up before we hit record. So hopefully we remember what we were actually wanting to talk about. Um, so you mentioned having a full schedule now and lots of different things that you're doing that you're realizing that now that you really actually like downtime and relaxing and
Or that I'm okay with it.
yeah, that you're okay with it and actually enjoy it.
Okay, yes, I will
Is that
agree to
true?
that. Yeah, I mean, this is all very new within just a very short period of time to have noticed this.
Because what I was so funny, what I was thinking about recording for my social media for tomorrow's post was um around like women feeling like when they have space to say relax, just filling it with the next thing, whether it's scrolling or answering emails or cleaning or doing dishes or whatever. Like it's uncomfortable to sit and just be. And even if ever we do, and obviously this isn't all the time, but if we do, then it's like criticizing ourselves, thinking we're being lazy, this, that, the other. So I was having this on my mind already. And then, we pop on to chat and you're recognizing like, wow, I actually really now like downtime.
Mm.
Um, and so I do think it's something that we're not comfortable with because
Well, I think a couple of things. Ta-da! No, I think that we're conditioned to think, just as a society, doing is the thing. We need to be doing, striving, struggling, pushing. And I think that's behind everything. So I think that's lurking no matter what. And yeah, I think that based on that, we think we should be doing something all the time. And the thing for me, I think that I noticed, and then this will maybe lead to you, um, whatever, to a different conversation, but it's like when I couldn't do anything, I didn't like the downtime. Now that I actually have more energy, and as I mentioned today, I have, we're doing this together. I have a meeting with my colleague about doing a webinar together. And this afternoon, I have two people coming to a meeting. And so it's like I have what for me is a full day. And so knowing that I can have that makes it feel okay for me to have downtime. I didn't like it when I had no choice,
yeah, yeah.
when I couldn't do anything, when I was so exhausted by doing one teeny little thing or nothing. And
Mhm.
so that was just interesting to notice just from my place, which is very different. We all have different, examples of that feeling of downtime, and is that okay? And should I be sitting around? And is it okay to just sit and read a book or talk to my friend or, you know?
Mhm.
Um, so I think that the situation is important, but I do think it's because we're brainwashed into always, we've been told and are constantly told to push and strive and achieve and do more and get more and have more and all those things. And I think that's beneath it personally, but what are your
Well, and
thoughts?
I think that a lot of women that I talk to, their self-worth is actually attached to how much they do and achieve. And so not doing things or not achieving, like actually just kind of letting go and relaxing, um, like feels wrong. Like it actually feels wrong. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, I mean, all I can say is that self-worth seems to often be attached to production, how much we do, how
Yeah.
much we achieve.
Yes.
Therefore, if we're attaching those two things and then we stop doing, then all of a
Yeah.
sudden our worth, you know,
Yeah.
goes away. I think it's yeah, it's just such an interesting like the desire. So you know this, but one of my clients had like a really full, crazy, energetic home and she was craving like peace. And then when she got the peace, she automatically went to like, I'm being lazy. I should be doing more. I should be. And it's like, what if you just waited a hot minute and just enjoyed the peace that you've been craving and wanting? Like you actually arrive, and the minute we arrive, then it's like we want to zip back into the doing. It's like somehow we think we shouldn't just be.
Yeah. And I mean, so again, you and I, much as we're like so similar,
Yeah.
my thoughts go to a different place,
Which is, yeah,
which
but I
is
love it. So
so
share.
the question that I would have is, I shouldn't be doing this, I should be doing that. It's like the thing that pops into my head is according to whom?
Yeah.
So to perhaps take advantage of that you're not, and what do you believe that's stopping you from just enjoying this? If you had a friend and you were watching your friend and your friend took time to have a cup of tea or to, read a book, would you be happy for your friend? And
Yeah.
I'm certain the answer would be yes.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? So again, for me, it's always that internal, I don't want to say analyzing, but questioning of myself,
Yeah. And I
right?
don't think that's any different than what I did with her. I don't know what I did with her, but it shifted
Yes.
completely into her, yeah, into her
Yeah.
like embracing it and really, yeah.
You just go to such a beautiful, soft, loving place, and I go to a brain place.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to have them, like the people that my clients
Yeah.
say what I do, because as we've talked about lots of times, I don't even necessarily like logically know what I do.
No.
I guess my outcome is to help them shift how
Yeah.
they're feeling about it, and how I go about that is going to be different, but it's not so analytical to me.
Right. And
Yeah.
I'm always kind of listening for what can I sh like shake up in there that they're thinking,
Yeah.
right?
And I think I'm doing the same thing.
You
Yeah.
are, but I
Just,
said you just are doing, you are so loving and kind and gentle and all of those things. And yeah, I just
I think you are too, Mom. I think you are too. You're just so skilled at like intentionally using different, you know, tools, skills, processes, whereas I feel like I do it more intuitively.
Yeah, you definitely do it. There's no
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I
um,
was sorry, I don't know. I don't think I told you about this, but anyways, I was talking to somebody who was here on Saturday, and she always when she comes, she always has, I like her to share her problems. She
right.
actually cleans our house for us, but we always have a chat. We have a cup of coffee or we have something together, and then she
Yeah.
tells me her problems. And
Yeah. I love
and
it.
and I enjoy it too. Like I really do. She's a beautiful, beautiful person. And she was telling me about this situation and kept talking about this person not changing. And I was talking to her about changing and, changing how she's thinking about things and whatever. And then into the conversation, I said to her, so how is it that you think she should change, but you don't have to change? And she's like, she burst out laughing. And it was like one of those things that it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I never thought of,
Oopsies.
yeah, exactly. Oh dear. So it's those little tiny things when people are open
Yeah.
to hearing it. If I just said, well, right off the bat, well, changed, and blah, blah,
Who are
whatever.
you to think that they should change and you
Yeah,
shouldn't?
exactly. Yeah, but it was so funny. She just couldn't stop laughing when she heard it. So I think that's the fun of what you and I do
Yeah.
is because it isn't about being down and sad and delving into the problem and all of those things. It's like finding that little opening so somebody can feel different and feel good.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if we have
Back to.
anything else to say, yeah, about downtime and, you know, I mean, I'm intentionally choosing downtime right now. Very
Yeah.
intentional. I have read a whole novel. I
Yeah.
finished it last night, this summer. I haven't read a novel. I couldn't even tell you, like, I don't know if it would be 10 years ago. Like, I don't know how long ago, because I would never sit and just read a book
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it super intentionally as like I need to turn off and not be thinking all the time so that when it's time to think that I
Yeah.
have some resources to think, right?
Yeah.
So I have to say I'm loving downtime too
Yeah.
for the first time, maybe ever. But I think life changes as we evolve. And I do think, there is a time where we do kind of hustle. It just seems to be the nature of we're busy. Like you look at Maddie,
Yeah.
and her with her career and her puppy, which will one day be kids and whatever. And you can see how we didn't start off in that hustle because she certainly wasn't that person. And then we get into like all of the responsibilities and the things and the building of life and all those things, which is natural and normal and part of life. And then we come out the other side at some point, and I think then, like you said, something along the lines of like when we have the choice to slow down, you know, do we, or do we just keep going because that's all we know to do?
Exactly. I mean, I think a lot of it is just is the consciousness
Yeah.
and changing, you know. It's like looking at the experiences we want to have. So, Em and I are writing that book, Identity by Design, and so the experiences have really been on my mind and looking at that from, what do we want to experience? And I don't think we give ourselves the time for that introspection either. So what if, what if we gave ourselves that as well? What do I want to experience? And yeah, it's choice. If I want to sit here, I can sit here. There's nothing if something needs to be done, well, then of course, go do it. But if it doesn't need to be done, well, then why not just enjoy and fill your energy and, you know, and then when something needs to be done or you are inspired to do it, never mind the need, but inspired to do something, well, then off you go. It's like you with the book. Now it's like, oh, I don't want to read a book. I've been having to read books and, lay around. And now it's challenging from a
Yeah.
different perspective,
Yeah.
right? And so, I mean, yeah, I get excited that I can unload the dishwasher and do a load of
Yeah.
laundry and, that
Yeah.
I noticed something and I made this salad for lunch yesterday. And, it's like, if you can just, and I speak to me, not just
Yeah.
if, but if
Yeah.
we can just be somehow okay with whatever the circumstance is. If this circumstance allows me to, just kind of hang out, then great. Then I'll hang out. And if this circumstance means, uh-oh, really, I've got something that, I'm going to say should do, or I'm inspired to do, or whatever, but if we could be kinder to ourselves and actually maybe take a moment to question ourselves, do I need to do that? Do I want to do that? Does it matter if I do that? You know, and I think again, if we think about our friends, like I really think if we could look at something within ourselves, and if we're judging ourselves, and then if that was my friend, what would I think? I'd
Yeah.
be happy for her that she
Yeah.
could just do what she wanted. I'm happy for you that you can go down to the beach and that you're reading a book and that, like I'm happy for you doing those things,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
if I can be happy for you, then I should be able to be happy for me too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I
So,
mean, I think a big word for me this year is intentional, to just be
mhm.
really intentional, right? And in
Yes.
Midlife Awakening, we're doing the summer of intention. So
Yeah.
it's like, um, the first one was about relationships and being really intentional about who you're spending your time with and those people that you really love and light you up, like being
Yeah.
intentional about making some time to spend with them instead
Yes.
of just either A, spending time with people that don't light you up, or B, saying, I wish I could, but not doing it.
Yeah.
And then this last one was experiences, interestingly enough. And it was like, what are some experiences that you love doing that you want to have? And then being intentional with actually doing some of that this summer. So, I mean, and me going down to the beach is a really intentional thing this year. Like whether I go down for a half an hour, it doesn't matter, but I really want to be down there and I'm doing it,
Hmm.
right? And I
But you're
mean,
doing it from a place of love and joy and
yes,
not,
yes,
I should go to the beach.
no, not at all. Like I want to, and
Mhm.
there's always going to be things to do. That's one of the things I think is there's always going to be things to do. So we can be really good at making busy because I don't think there's nothing to do, nothing to clean, nothing to organize, nothing to do work-wise, I mean, I just don't think that ever happens. So you have to be intentional with carving out time to do the things that fill your soul, make you happy, all of those things.
Yeah, what's important to you?
Yeah.
And that's getting to know yourself, right?
Yeah.
So all the things that you do with your group, your beautiful women, I mean, it's a time to get to know themselves,
Yes. Yep.
you know? I mean,
Yep. I
it's
get
so,
excited because it's like at some point I can't wait until it grows because I think every woman deserves it. Like I
yeah.
think that, but that's what that was.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the truth. It's like, really, it's so beautiful,
Yeah.
that they're taking the time to do this together and yeah, to start getting to know themselves and to make up different rules in their life and different beliefs in their life and like go, yeah, just love themselves from and not from a corny place, but from a
No.
place of, how do you feel about other people? Well, feel that way about you. Like you're an amazing, beautiful being as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I wonder if we're complete today. I feel like that might have been short, but I hopefully, you know, th- when people are listening to this,
Mhm.
they can get really curious with themselves about, what are the things that they're, doing because it should, what are the things that they're doing, whatever. Like just get really curious about how they want to spend their time, giving themselves the grace, being intentional, all those things.
And if you could honestly do anything you feel like doing right this moment, what would it be? And
Yeah.
maybe it is something that you're responsible for. It doesn't mean it's never doing something. It means, like you say, it's intentional.
Yeah, like well, what we were saying right before we got on the call too was like I have a week of being. I was funny that we're going to have this conversation because I have a week where I really need to be productive. There's things that I need to do for work, and I really want to. Like I was laying in bed this morning before I got out of bed, just really like ramping myself up from a good place of like it's going to feel so good to get all of this done and just have it all mapped out and all of that. And it's not stuff that I love to do. It's like numbers and whatever, so it's not like my normal joy-filled tasks, but I need to do them. And so yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. Anyways, I thought it was funny that I'm entering a week where it's like, okay, I need to buckle down and get stuff
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're talking about, not pushing, but there's a
Yeah.
reality. That's what you and I talked about. There's a reality. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that we don't have to do anything.
But
Um,
you're doing it purposefully. So I think that's another really important piece for, us and everyone to consider.
yeah,
You are doing all those action things with purpose.
yeah,
You're not making busy. They're
no,
all very they're all very purposeful. And I think that's important too. So that's the introspection. That's you, paying attention to. Is this something I really want to do? Is this something that, even if it's something that you don't really want, if you didn't have to do it,
yeah. I would
you
love
wouldn't
not to
do it.
have to do it,
That's
but
right.
yeah,
But since you do, to remind yourself you're doing it for a really wonderful purpose. You really, really are. And that makes it different for us when we're busy,
yeah.
right?
And it's carving out the time. Like I know that in order to do the things, so
Yeah,
I made some really specific choices on the weekend. I had moments of like I should be working because some information came in that would have allowed me to start diving a little bit.
yeah,
I made the choice not to do that, and I made it very specifically because I wanted to take the weekend to like fill myself up, read my book, do things so that I could come in today like refreshed, rejuvenated, re-energized, and able to do all the things. I also will make sure I get down to that beach and do things so that I counterbalance the energy that I need to exert to do the things that I need to do. Like it's just, again, being really aware, being intentional, doing everything I can to feel as good as I can feel while doing all the things that I need to do.
and being the very best version of yourself. Like I think that's again, I know we say these things over and over, we
Yeah.
repeat things, but it is a consciousness, a consciousness of wanting beneath everything that you do. It's wanting to be a good, kind, loving person.
Yeah.
It's who you are at the core. You bring it to everything, whether it's laying on the beach, whether it's, doing all the things that you have to do. It's all coming from the same place. And I think all these things are part of it too. They're part of our growth, they're part of our evolution, they're part of, you know, allowing us to feel okay about whatever it is that we're faced with and what we need to do. Because that's kind of another conversation that I think I briefly talked to you about it, and we can talk another time, but with that Eric Dane and how the impact that his interview had on me in
Yeah.
terms of the peace. He spoke of peace and, you know, that in his situation, he found, and he said, it makes no sense. I don't know how I am, feel peace. So I think again, it's like the more you're connected to yourself and know who you are, then you bring that to every single thing you do.
Yeah. We all do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yep. So I'm happy for you and all the people you work with because they're very fortunate to be able to be introduced to all these wonderful ideas and concepts and so on.
I mean, really, it's a way of experiencing our life. Like we're all going through life anyways. We're all doing it. We're all going from A to B at the end of the day, right? And it's how do we experience it? Like,
Yeah.
what were you going to say?
No, you made me think about from here to here, and it's like, ooh, how close am I to here?
And none of us know. That's the tricky part,
Yeah.
is none of us know, which is again, I know why you and I, like why we care so much about being intentional today because
Yes.
we don't know. Like, yes, we are all moving from A to B, but we don't know when B is coming.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
and if I am nearing B and this is my reality right now, how can I still show up as the person that I want to show up as and actually like truly find joy in the little moments and enjoy the people that I love and find laughter and whatever, in amongst all of it, it's the same for you.
Yes.
Because if were my last days, would I want to live them feeling stressed, angry, frustrated, overwhelmed? And it's not to say that I don't feel those things, but I absolutely do not want to hang out there.
That's the thing. You don't stay there.
No.
We all have experiences, and that's something too, because of the book with Emma and I was really thinking about experiences. So normally we talk about experiences. What do you want to experience? And then I decided I really want to make sure that I add something about and the experiences that you have that you wouldn't
Have children.
choose, but what do you do with those experiences? And that's again where you have to still, well, you don't have to do anything, but
Yeah.
where just what we just finished saying is can you bring the best of you forward in those situations? It's
Yeah.
like, who am I at the core? And the experiences that I would rather not have, can I still bring my best person to that experience.
And like that is the true test because it's actually really quite easy to be a good person or bring that person when life is cooperating. And it's, you know what I mean? I mean, that's no test at all. That just is. The test comes when life isn't cooperating.
When the experience is not one that we think we would like to choose, or when it's challenging or whatever. And
Yeah.
then who are we?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, anyways, I have lots of time now to think of all these things
Yeah.
and, and really think of them because, yeah, because I have lots of free time now.
But you're getting busier.
I know the interesting thing is truly is
Yeah.
like two things today have to do with business,
Yeah.
not you, two others. And then, tomorrow is Marnie Rose, but maybe we'll paint. I don't really know. But then the next day is to do with business, like doing a webinar.
Webinar.
Oh my gosh. Ah! Anyways, and Thursday, Emma and I are meeting to work on our book together. And so it's like, wow, all these, and I mean, that would have seemed like nothing 2 years ago, but now it's like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. And then that's going to make you enjoy the sitting on your deck even more because you have the sort of the both.
Purposeful things around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just interesting.
Yeah. Life is interesting.
It is. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I love you.
Okay.
Thank you for this conversation.
Okay. I love you too.
Okay. See you next week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.